UBS is searching for a successor to CEO Sergio Ermotti. The Swiss lender is the latest European bank to consider changes at the top in an industry beset by sluggish growth. Chairman Axel Weber said last month that succession was not at the forefront of his concerns, but here's what he had to say a year ago.
For us, succession planning is part and parcel of what we do. The CEO and I are now in our 8th year at the bank, and that's a point in time where you need to start thinking about what is it and that you're going to do and how you're going to pass the bank over to your successors.
Joining us to discuss financial services reporter here at Bloomberg, Jan-Henrik Foerster, who got us that story around succession at UBS. I mean, it takes a while, doesn't it, then, Jan-Henrik, those words from Axel Weber a whole year ago, more than a year ago, about how, succession planning is part and parcel, and now we're starting to hear that succession planning is really in the works. Run us through the story.
Yeah, exactly. It's probably not a straightforward and fast process, but I remember Axel Weber's words very well from last year when we wrote the story that he's accelerating succession planning, or the board of directors. I find it interesting. Look, there seems to be an ongoing theme of succession for European banks. Many of the leaders who are leading these institutions now are from the post-financial crisis area, so they oversaw restructurings, and now it's probably more of a situation where they have to find ways or avenues for growth. That is very difficult for banks in a low rate environment. There are technological changes, and maybe it's time. What I would say is that there will be probably a flurry of successions over the next years at European banks.
So a bit of a theme then.
I think it's definitely a theme. So you see it at SocGen, maybe HSBC. We had the drama around the Tidjane Thiam departure last week, and now this is Zurich all over again.
And speaking of Tidjane Thiam, of course, part of the reason for his departure was, or the reason for his departure was all of the scandal around Iqbal Khan leaving to go to UBS. But we understand, or you understand, is not going to be one of those who could take over at UBS too soon.
That's something we insinuate in this story. It seems that let's say the Credit Suisse story was very special. It was a corporate governance issue. Now, in the case of UBS, it seems more like an ordered process.
Yes, I mean, 8 years is a long time.
8 years is a long time. 10 years is even a longer time. Iqbal Khan joined UBS because he wanted the top spot at Credit Suisse. He didn't get it. And, when UBS started its succession planning, the idea was we bring in more executives to strengthen the executive board, and then these people may become successors to Sergio Ermotti. I still think Iqbal Khan has a good fighting chance to get the job. But what we understand is that the search is focusing on other candidates, probably more external candidates. And there are also other strong internal candidates at UBS. Sabine Keller-Busse, the current COO, is a potential succession candidate, and we'll see. Now, I think the important part about this story is that UBS started the succession planning. There are people involved in this. There's a process ongoing, and Ermotti may step down this year. The bank is facing challenges. He oversaw a restructuring, as I said earlier, and now it's really about growth. I think UBS missed the chance to become a leader in many other business areas apart from wealth management. They're facing cost issues. ROEs are still fine, but the share price is not great.